Hello, Cougars, and happy birthday. Welcome to your Earth astrology reading for the month of March. I'm going to be pulling the overall theme for the Cougars from the Clarifying Life Situations. And then this month, again, we're going to do something a little bit different. I did get um, a new deck of cards, and it came with an interesting new spread. So we are going to go ahead and do that. So it's an 8 card spread. It starts with your heart energy, and then your current energy. And then we go to your crossing energy, your hopes and your fears, your grounding energy, lessons from the past, uh, external forces, and then you have the outcome card. Okay, so starting with the overall theme for the month for the Cougars, you have the emerging dawn, which says, trust that every ending is another beginning coming in disguise. I love it. Okay, and then going to your heart energy. So this is kind of like um, what is serving as a foundation for you right now. So this is something that has taken hold of the heart due to life events. And here we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is a card of self-imposed restrictions, okay? But more importantly, it's a card of freeing yourself from self-imposed restrictions. So I do feel like some of the Cougars have put some um, restrictions on themselves. And again, these restrictions usually come from some sort of like a sense of lack of self-worth. Um, but you know what? We are going to clarify that Eight of Swords with the traditional tarot. So with the Eight of Swords, we have the King of Swords. So this is definitely saying that yes, you need there are some assumptions. You are making some assumptions about yourself. It kind of says, and these assumptions need to be challenged to, loosen up, to free yourself if I can pick up the card again, sorry. New cards. So you can free yourself from these restrictions. But again, you are going to have to challenge those assumptions. But by challenging those assumptions, you're also going to set up a really solid foundation for yourself. And then we go to your current energy, and I love it. We have the Ace of Swords. So again, the aces always represent new beginnings, and the Ace of Swords in particular can also represent a victory. Okay, so again, you are sitting in the energy of victory. So again, if you challenge those assumptions and you set yourself free of those limiting beliefs, this is going to be a whole new start for the Cougars, and I love that. But let's clarify that Ace of Swords. So with the Ace of Swords, we have the Ten of Pentacles, and the Ten of Pentacles is my card of building and leaving a legacy. So not only is this a new and wonderful, victorious beginning for the Cougars, again, this is something that is going to be long lasting. Again, it's building and leaving a legacy, something that's going to last for a long time. Whatever this new beginning is, it's going to be really, really good. And then we go to your crossing energy. So this can be what either helps you or what holds you back. And here we have the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is all about resourcefulness. So this really says like what's going to help you at this time, the energy that's going to support you right now is being resourceful and using all of the resources that you have at hand. Now, as far as how this could maybe hold you back, right there is a little rabbit, and the rabbit can represent fertility, but it can also represent fear or being a little bit anxious. Um, so I would say, like, if you are feeling a little bit anxious at this time, again, that could cause you a little bit of friction. So just remember that you have everything that you need. Okay, you have all the resources that you need. But let's clarify the Queen of Pentacles. So with the Queen of Pentacles, we have the Hermit. So the Hermit is all about your inner light, okay? And I do feel that the light is strong within the Cougars. Now, sometimes it is important, especially with the Cougars. Cougars really do like their solitude sometime, and the Hermit does represent, it can represent solitude. So again, this kind of may say that the Cougars may want to sort of withdraw for a little bit into solitude just to get their resources kind of in order and figured out. Next, we go to the area of your hopes and fears. And here we have the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords can be a card of being at a crossroads and having a decision to make. So I do feel like there could be fear surrounding making some sort of choice for the Cougars this month. But there are a couple things about the Two of Swords. Is first of all, it is my card of third place solutions. So it's a card of thinking outside of the box. I would encourage the Cougars to get creative in their thinking in the near future here. And again, the other thing that the Two of Swords can represent is the need to use and trust your intuition. So definitely don't be afraid to trust your intuition. But let's clarify the Two of Swords. All right, with the Two of Swords, we have the Knight of Cups. So the Knight of Cups, he is the brave messenger of love. So he comes with a lot of feelings. Um, excuse me. So again, trust that intuition and trust your feelings, especially when making decisions. And again, don't be afraid. Again, this is coming up in the area of your hopes and fears. So don't be afraid of your feelings. Again, especially those gut feelings, because that could be your intuition talking. So definitely trust your intuition, trust your feelings. Next, we go to your grounding energy. And here we have the Hangman. So the Hangman, this can be a card of, again, it can be a card of pausing and waiting to gain enlightenment. And again, you did have the Hermit, which is also a card of, kind of pausing for a moment. But again, this is coming up in your grounding energy. So it's kind of like I would say, um, especially like again with that Two of Swords and having the make a decision uh and that Hermit there, it could, like I said, in it could be very grounding for the Cougars to take those times outs that I talked about withdrawing a little bit. And again, this may mean that again the Hangman can be a card of sacrifice. So again, it may mean you have to sacrifice, time with others or things like that in order for you to, gain the enlightenment, the wisdom that you are looking for. But let's clarify the Hangman. So with the Hangman, we have the Wheel of Fortune. And the Wheel of Fortune, this is a card that says, well, kind of it says almost what I just said here with this Hangman and about withdrawing a little bit. With the Wheel of Fortune, there are two places that we can be on the wheel. We can be on the outside of the wheel, and this is when we are letting external forces dictate how we feel, right? Whereas if we're on the inside of the wheel, things can go on externally in our environment and they don't affect us, at the heart of things. And I feel like this is what really Spirit is saying for the grounding. It's almost like, again, if life gets too much and there's too much noise, it's okay to withdraw a little bit and seek that solitude and take that time to process and really see what's going on. Next, we go to lessons from the past. And here we have the Nine of Swords. And I mean, the Nine of Swords, again, is a card of repeating patterns. So those are the lessons, Cougars. Like every time that pattern repeats, it's because it is trying to teach you the same lesson. Okay, so again, if you have a pattern that repeats itself this month, and I feel like this is going back to that Eight of Swords because anybody who's been watching my readings for a while knows that I love consecutive cards. And you have the Eight of Swords to the Nine of Swords, which kind of says like, not allowing this pattern to repeat is going to be part of what allows you to free yourself from the Eight of Swords. So you are going in the right direction, Cougars. But again, if a pattern starts to repeat itself, instead of doing the, oh, why does this always happen to me? Why is this happening again? Really try to see if you can look and find the lesson that is within this pattern. But let's clarify the Nine of Swords. So with the Nine of Swords, we have the Four of Swords. So the Four of Swords is a card of resting, relaxing, and recovering. And it is also a card of blessing. So again, freeing yourself from that Eight of Swords and seeing the lessons in the patterns that are repeating. First of all, it's going to be a blessing because you're going to, once you see the lesson, then you won't repeat the pattern, right? But not only that, so that in itself is a blessing, but I feel like, with the Four of Swords, that you'll finally feel like you can relax. So I hope that made sense. Next, we go to the area of external forces. And this is energy that enters without invitation. Okay, and here you have the Seven of Cups. So the Seven of Cups is a card of being spoiled for choice or overthinking. And kind of what I'm feeling here, Cougars, is that as far as external forces, everybody is going to have an opinion. Okay, but again, opinions are like what? you know so again, I would really say like this is spirit's way of saying like don't worry about what everybody is saying. Again, go back to that Two of Swords and trust your own instincts, trust your own feelings and intuition. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. So with the Seven of Cups, we have the Page of Swords. So the Page of Swords, again, I feel like whatever all these people, because like I said, I feel like these cups are opinions. These are the different things that people are saying around you. And sometimes this is a weird meaning, and I don't always read the Page of Swords like this, but it can be like my Nancy Drew card, where you need to do a little bit of investigation. You need to seek out the truth, okay? Because again, there's a lot of opinions, but that doesn't mean everybody's opinion is correct. So do your own research. I would say don't just rely on the advice or opinions of other people. All right. And finally, we come to the outcome. So this is the energy that will manifest as a result of action. And here you have the Four of Swords again. So just like I said, Cougars, with that Four of Swords, I really feel like learning the lessons from these patterns and freeing yourself from that Eight of Swords, from those self-imposed restrictions. I feel like almost like you're finally going to be able to breathe. You know what I mean? You're finally going to be able to relax. So, that's really good. And again, you have that emergent dawn and you had the Ace of Swords. So there is a new beginning coming in for you, Cougars. But let's clarify that Four of Swords. And with the Four of Swords, I love it, I love it, I love it. We have the Ten of Cups. So the Ten of Cups, is like my Disney card. It is happily ever after. So again, I really do feel like there is a happy ever after right there, out there for the Cougars. But again, right now there are some self-imposed restrictions that you have on yourself, which are causing patterns to repeat in your life. So I do feel again with that emerging dawn, there does have to be an end to these repeating patterns. And once that ending happens, once you learn the lessons, there is a beautiful, bright future ahead of you. So beautiful reading, Cougars. I love it. Thank you for joining me. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe, comment. Let me know what you thought about the new deck, the new spread. And I hope you have a wonderful month, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.